It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. And now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Showtime, Geno Jones Showtime. So I'm coming to you live Monday through Friday. Our programming note, no live show on Friday. That's if you're watching me live now, tomorrow. No live show. We'll be back live Monday, all next week. Yes, with the exception possibly of Tuesday. So 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 6:30 Central Time, 4:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Let me give you a heads up, a programming note. We're going to have a new start time within about the next 2 weeks, 7 p.m. Coming soon. A new start time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Central Time, 4 p.m. out on the West Coast. New starting time coming. A new start time coming in a couple of weeks. But here we are. The show is interactive. You got a question, you got a comment, please jump in my chat room right now. Leave it in the chat room. Love to hear what you had to say. Okay, so today's monologue, no fun. There's going to be no humor, no jokes today. Serious matter. And it's been going on for a while. But it just seems like it's taking another level. There is black Americans, black people in America are being hunted. I have my suspicions. I believe that the Ku Klux Klan or other white nationalist groups, white Christian nationalists, Aryan nations, and you got the Patriot Front and all these folks, I suspect that they have a hand. Yes, that's what I believe in my heart, absolutely. And what evidence? America's history and their attitude. And if you monitor any of these hate groups online, they're very bold about their desires to wanting to kill black people. So they're saying it out loud with their full chest in public on social media. So they're not trying to hide anything. So, there's a climate that has been created by Orange Hitler, aka Donald Trump. He has created a climate. He has given a permission. Basically, he's given permission. That's the best way to put it. For violent, racist, bigots, misogynists, sexists to be just their worst selves. Yes. The worst version of themselves. Or to be themselves. Sociopathic, psychopathic, violent, evil, demonic spirits walking around among us on this planet. All right? So he is Orange Hitler. He has created a permission structure. He has created the environment and created a permission structure for all y'all that hate black people. All you ought to hate black people. Anybody that's not a white Christian male, and to hate and to act on that hate because you believe that your man will give you a pardon, that he'll give you a pass. But that's not going to end well for many of you. But see, a lot of these groups are cowards. You saw that cowardly ass, punk ass, white nationalist, racist group, Patriot Front, went marching through D.C. on January 4th. Like, if you are really about this life, if you all are really so tough and violent, y'all want to, do some harm, show your face. They say show your work. Show your work, show your face, take the mask off. Don't hide behind masks and all that and trying to with baseball caps on. Show your face with your full chest. Show it with your full chest and your full face. And don't travel in groups. So it was like, 400, maybe over 400? That went marching like some little bitch ass through D.C. I also believe that this energy that has been energized. It's like got a turbo boost. Like somebody gave it a caffeine, cocaine, and crystal meth That's a hell of a rush. Caffeine, cocaine, I wouldn't know about any of it. Caffeine, cocaine, and crystal meth rush. Just imagine like somebody ran that kind of IV. Just turbo boosted the racism and the bigotry and the hatred and the misogyny and sexism. And they say, hey, listen, y'all Orange Lord and Savior has the same energy. Anti-black. Like, and no shame in this game. Always. Since he was inaugurated back in 2025, that was January 20th day. First bill he signed, it allowed contractors, businesses that have federal contracts to discriminate. They can segregate, they can discriminate against black people. Google it, look it up yourself. I'm not making it up. That was the first thing he signed. And then an executive order to companies, you can't practice and have any DEI practices. And here's the funny thing. A lot of you dumbass racists, especially you dumbass racist white men, you all didn't even realize, you know, that diversity, equity, inclusion, it benefited some of you all. Because a lot of y'all, you know, Charlie Kirk followers with your dumbass couldn't get in college. So now enrollment among young white dudes is trailing white women, which is another reason they want, you know, white women barefoot and pregnant. That was your boy Charlie Kirk. They call them trad wives. But let me pivot, because my focus is not that, but I want to, so I'm tying this opening part of my monologue, that this hate, this violence that is being heaped, that's being sicked on black Americans by these races. There's a climate. Orange Hitler has blood on his hands as far as I'm concerned, because he is, once again, he has created the permission structure, the environment for people with these hateful, violent, evil, demonic ways and tendencies to act on it and to feel that they can act on it with impunity. But a lot of you all have got the brakes beat off you and gotten your ass beat until you learn to leave black people alone. But you travel in packs. But what some have done, some who have claimed to be friends of black people, have gotten maybe like a black, you know, a black person, a black male or a black woman. You know, she's got like all these white friends, maybe, you know, the only black person in their neighborhood, or, you know, on their team, sports team, you know, got a bunch of friends, you know, maybe high school, or, you know, neighbors, you all the moms. What am I talking about? You've heard. Case about a young man named Nolan Wells, 18 years old, town, Ocean Springs, Mississippi. That's right. So it's on the Gulf, Mississippi Gulf Coast. It's just east of, actually, it's technically a suburb of Biloxi. It's 2 miles east of Biloxi, on the other side of like the Biloxi Bay, and it's only 95 miles northeast of New Orleans. So Nolan Wells went out on a boat with 4 or 5 of his friends, all white boys. Nolan Wells is the only one that didn't make it back. And then these white friends of his go to Nolan Wells' mom and dad's home, and they tell his mom, well, we don't know what happened to Nolan. Oh, but here's his phone. You tell what 18-year-old teenager would like disappear, but give his best friends his phone? So nobody know where he is. Well, they found him dead. He was found dead, like either the next day or the day after that. He went missing on the 4th of July. So this ironically happened on America's 250th birthday of celebrating slavery and genocide, aka America's independence, or independence for wealthy white male landowners. That was really the Independence Day, because those are the only people who were independent in the Constitution, independent of the British Empire. So Nolan Wells goes out on the boat with these supposedly friends of his, all white dudes. They went to the same high school. He's missing. They found him dead. These white boys take Nolan's phone to his mom, but tell his mom they don't know what happened to him. But then all of them, they deleted their social media accounts. One's parent is a judge. One's parent is a lawyer. I believe another one is either a doctor, some prominent position. Now, this is a little small town. I think about because I did my homework. It's about a little over 4,000 people. Basically, like I said, 2 miles east of Biloxi. That's basically a suburb of Biloxi, Mississippi. That's right on the Gulf. And then, so this Horn Island is an island, I guess, just in the bay where a lot of people put their boats. The parents, they've deleted their social media accounts. All the boys have deleted their social media accounts. Now, have you heard about Kendrick Johnson? This is a kid that's 17 years old in Georgia, found dead in a rolled up gym mat. Have you heard the story about Tamala Horsford? She's a black mother. She was. Black woman, mother of 5, had lived in a neighborhood in Forsyth County, Georgia. Now, let me explain to you about Forsyth County, Georgia. Forsyth County, Georgia, back in the 1990s, was a place where Oprah Winfrey went to do a live broadcast. She did one of her shows, I think for 2 days. Forsyth County, Georgia, because you had like, it wasn't like it may not have been the original headquarters, but Forsyth County, Georgia had a huge contingent of the Ku Klux Klan. They were very prominent in Forsyth County, Georgia. And they were so bold with their full chest, they came on camera. They were part of Oprah's show. Now, Forsyth County has changed somewhat, because now you got black folks that's moved in parts of Forsyth County, because it's just north of Atlanta. But people who are familiar, black folks are familiar with Atlanta and Georgia, say once you're outside of Fulton County, you're in the state of Georgia. Confederate flag, racism, lynching, and all of it. So Tamala Horsford was at a sleepover, Forsyth County, Georgia. Like 6 women, she was the only black woman. I think either 5 or 6 women. Tamala Horsford was the only black woman. Tamala Horsford didn't make it home. Tamala Horsford was found dead in the backyard of whatever woman's house she was at for this sleepover. None of these white women know what happened to this black woman who was their friend, who was at, y'all sitting there, pictures of all of them sitting on a couch, on a big sectional. And none of you white women, and this is supposedly your friend? With friends like that, who needs enemies? TLC had a song back in the day, what about your friends? Are they going to let you down? Are they going to be around? What about your friends? With friends like that? Oh, I got one more for you. Gerard Jackson. Gerard with a J. Gerard Jackson, 28 years old, from Illinois. Went to a music festival with a bunch of his white friends in this little small town in Michigan. Gerard Jackson was found dead the next day near this music festival. His friends, all his white friends that went with him, nobody knows what happened. Nobody knows. Nobody's talking. Now, you could say this is coincidence. Co means usually two incidents that happened. So coincidence, hence that word. But now, there's some other stories like this. As a matter of fact, it's happened so much. I could name a different person every day that I came on. Every day that I come on this show, I could name a different black person that has come up missing, that has gone somewhere with a group of friends who were all white, they were the only black person that went somewhere with a group of so-called friends that were all white, and then that black person somehow was found dead, disappeared, and these white friends, what about your friends? I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. I delete my social media account. They all, like in the case of Nolan Wells, all these white boys and their parents. Keep in mind, one of the parents is a judge. One of the stepmothers is a judge. Another one's in law enforcement. I think another may be a doctor. You know, prominent people in this little, basically, suburb of Biloxi, Mississippi. So now all y'all got lawyers and you've deleted your social media account. Now, so what, and then good question, what do we do about it? Choose your friends carefully. And it's unfortunate that we live in a climate now to where you have to really reevaluate your friends. Now, I know that may sound, well, Geno, you can't judge all white. I am saying that you have to reevaluate your friends. You should, that's not a bad thing to do in general. But the climate, do you really know? Ask yourself that question. The musical question that TLC had back in the 90s, one of their first big hits, that might have been their first big #1 hit, close to #1. What about your friends? If you got sons, daughters, grandchildren, nieces and nephews, teenagers in college, high school, college, fresh out of college, in their 20s. Heck, Tamala Horsford was a mother of 5. She was maybe in her 40s. But if you are like the only person in a group of all white people, and you all go out on boating trips or go wherever to, some little concert in some little rural area, or just a sleepover. This part is go out and get drunk, get high, and you the only black person. You need to ask yourself, what about your friends? Are they going to let you down? Are they going to be around? Are they going to put you down in the ground 6 feet deep? And then take your cell phone, and tell your mother they don't know what happened to you. But here's your son's cell phone. We don't know nothing. We know nothing. Yes, got to ask those questions. We are living in that time. And to white America that's watching, if you don't have evil intentions, if you don't have jealousy and envy and insecurity and evil, if you don't have an evil demonic spirit, you shouldn't be offended. If you have a black friend that is asking you some questions, looking at you sideways, and saying, well, what do you think about this? And stay woke. Yes, stay woke. Black America, we got to stay woke. There's a whole lot we got to do. This story's not going to go away, and I'll be talking about it a lot on a regular basis, but it's just something you got to talk to each other, not just not just your teenagers, not just your preteens, your parents. You know, you move in these neighborhoods. Yeah, I want to get out of the hood, and you move in these neighborhoods, predominantly white. They don't want us out there. They're jealous. They're jealous. They're, you know, the combination of racism, jealousy, envy, insecurity. That's a lethal combination. That is a very lethal, toxic cocktail mix of emotions and attitudes and feelings. It is. It really is. Because that's out there. Well, how y'all get a Mercedes and a BMW? Or how y'all got 2 Mercedes in your driveway? Or how you got a piano in it? Or how your kid going to, what do you do? How you going to afford to go to this private school? And then you go to these schools where they don't teach the truth. So it's a whole, man, there's a whole lot to talk about. So I just wanted to set the table because I've been, you know, we got through White Juneteenth and then I was off. So, yeah, we gotta stay awoke. And we gotta ask ourselves, what about our friends? And if you are constantly the only black person in a group of white people socially, they invite you, oh, come over, we're gonna have a sleepover. We're gonna watch the game. Come on, man, let's get high. Let's go to a festival in the rural. Hey, let's go out on a boat. As a matter of fact, this was this is probably about 6, 7 years, maybe 8 years ago. A friend of my youngest daughter, Allie, was a black kid here in the Charleston, South Carolina metro. Actually, he lived in North Charleston and went out on a boat with a bunch of his buddies. They were all white. He was the only black kid. They killed that black kid. It all eventually came out. He was out on the boat. They claim, oh, he fell over the boat. He couldn't swim, but like Allie knew him personally. And people knew him. It's like, well, no, this dude, he's an excellent swimmer. So it eventually came out what happened. And hearing these stories kind of reminded me, I can't think of his name. Stay woke. Ask yourself, what about my friends? What about your friends? In white America, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to call it out? Are you going to stay woke? Are you truly a friend? Are you going to be around? Are you going to let them down? Or are you going to help to put them in the ground 6 feet deep? Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. Shout out to everybody that's watching live. Thank you. The conversation in my chat room. So no live show programming note, no live show Friday. I'll be back live Monday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 Central Time, 4:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Also programming note, we're going to have a new start time in about 2 weeks. It'll be 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Mountain Time, 4 p.m. on the West Coast. But Monday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 6:30 Central Time. Like, share, and subscribe. Tell everyone. Oh, by the way, I forgot. I meant to, let me say this. So for those who follow me on Facebook, funky-ass Facebook permanently deleted my personal page. As a matter of fact, my Geno Jones Live was attached to it. Somebody hacked into the account, but Facebook is funky, I think, because the owner, Mark Zuckerberg, Mr. Mark Zuckerberg is, he's another one that's got his head so far up Orange Hitler's ass. If Orange Hitler opens his mouth, you'll see Mark Zuckerberg's face and eyes looking at you like that. So they permanently deleted or suspended my account. So, F Facebook. And so, listen. The monologues. Oh, if y'all think the monologues is, if y'all think the monologues are fire now, if you think tell the truth, shame the devil, man, if you think they are hard hitting now, Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. Oh, I'm always turned up. But oh, now I'm turning it up. It's already turned up past 10. I'm turning it up past 100. So, because a buddy of mine called and said, hey, man, your Facebook page reported me. I said, no, dude, I didn't report you. I can't control my Facebook page. So, I'm just letting you know. But, and even though I had to basically, I'm still on Instagram, but I'm still racist ass Twitter or X, and I'm on Threads, which is still Mark Zuckerberg. That's that whole meta. But Blue Sky, and bottom line, right here, and I have my TikTok account, and I'm right here on YouTube, the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. Like, share, and subscribe. I need you to do it right now before the show goes off camera. You're watching me live or you're watching the recorded version, because this show is recorded live every day that I do a show live. So I need you right now to click on like, share, and subscribe. So click on that like button. You can copy the link, copy and paste it in a text message, in an email. You can copy and paste it on your forehead, copy and paste it on your chest, whatever, on your arm. I don't care where you copy and paste it. Copy and paste it. So like, share, and subscribe, and support the Geno Jones Show and my media company. You can do it financially. It's so important we support black-owned media. It's really important, because the enemy and the cult, they don't want the truth. They can't handle the truth. But guess what? You're going to really be uncomfortable, because it is not going to stop. Not at all. All right. So if you would like to support, if you love the monologue, if you love the mission that's rooted in social justice, a social justice warrior, and, we have our celebrity guests, and we, use humor, and all of it is rooted in social justice and humanity. Because we are living in a time, there are two choices. You choose humanity or inhumanity. It is just that simple. And I call out inhumanity. I don't give a damn who it is. I will call out racism and bigotry and hatred in all of its forms. I'll call out anti-blackness, even when it's somebody that's got a black face. Because all skin folk ain't kinfolk. Okay, understand? Black folks know that term. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. See Clarence Thomas, see Stephen A. Smith. I could go on and on. See 50 Cent just celebrated a birthday a couple days ago. He turned 51. All skin folk ain't kinfolks. Some folks say, I got mine, fuck y'all. But we got to call them out too. When we got our sons and daughters and our mothers disappearing, oh no. Learn to leave black people alone. Because I've seen a whole bunch of folks who gotten the brakes beat off their ass for running up on the wrong black person. And the thing is, this whiteness, this made-up con game, this made-up con of race that these Europeans exported over here, these billionaires who will identify as white when it's convenient to control your dumb ass, they don't give a shit about poor and working class white people. They despise you. You poor, broke ass MAGA cult members, they hate you. They hate you. Dave Chappelle has said that. They hate you. How do I know? Because I've had white people with money tell me and talk about poor trailer park white folks. And they talk, I heard white people talk about poor trailer park white people worse than black people do. So they hate you, they despise you, but they use race to manipulate you while they can continue to steal any hope of wealth that you think you're gonna get, any hope of becoming a billionaire. That's never gonna happen. They don't want you in their gated communities. They don't want you on the border. They're not even fucking with you if you don't have money. Period. full stop. But you hold on to this whiteness. You hate black folks and Haitians, and they manipulate you. In the meantime, Orange Hitler and his son-in-law and his sons, they are robbing. They got a hustle and a grift and a stealing. They so bold with it. They getting money from foreign governments and getting bootleg ass airplanes that the Secret Service said, maybe we can't fly on that one. We're gonna have to get the old plane. This con game ass cryptocurrency that a bunch of you all have lost billions of dollars, and you made this demon who you all worship as your orange Jesus, who don't give a fuck about you or your family. Not at all. This is making him and his buddies wealthy. And y'all worried about some Haitians or Syrians. And the thing is, we are all Haitians. What does a Haitian look like? A Haitian could look like me. A Haitian could look like you as a black person or Afro-Latino. I could be Haitian. I could be Dominican. I could be Puerto Rican. I could be Colombian. I'm looking at all of these countries, South American countries. Colombia, Brazil. Even racist ass Argentina, where you don't see any black players. You see a couple of them with some of these dudes with tan, because Argentina basically, between extermination and forcing the black women who were still alive because they sent their husbands off to die in these wars in the 1800s. Then they had a yellow fever epidemic that they let it spread and contained it in the black neighborhoods. So you had a large segment of the Afro-Latino population in Argentina die off, and then they passed laws where they were forcing black women to marry white men because they basically wanted to breed the blackness out of Argentina. And then on top of it, late 1800s, early 1900s, then they just had this mass immigration. Please, Italy, come on down. Spain, which had already counted that they were the colonizers. They the ones that colonized primarily Argentina, and then they said, "Oh, come on, we need some more whites. Come on, Italians. Come on, Germans. Oh, you were a Nazi? Oh, you committed Nazi war crimes? They looking for your ass? Come on to Argentina. We got you." This race con, it was made up, but it was not made up to benefit poor and working white people or Europeans, because Europeans never called themselves white before the mid 16th century, the late 1500s. 1600s really is when Europeans started using the term white. But poor Europeans, they were called peasants. All right, I'm out. All right, everybody. We'll see you live Monday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 Central Time, 4:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Please, you can support the show financially. If you like to be a sponsor, advertise, or just support my media company and the show, you can do it via Zelle, Geno Jones Show at Gmail. There you go, right there. Geno Jones Show at Gmail. Geno Jones Show at Gmail, all one word. Reach out to me. I'll get in touch with you. That email address, if you would like to be a sponsor, I can send you the sponsorship and the advertising package. So reach out to me, Geno Jones Show at Gmail, or you can Zelle your financial support via Zelle using Geno Jones Show at Gmail, or you can Cash App $Dad G Jones, all one word together, capital D, lowercase a d, capital G J, lowercase O-N-E-S. I love you. Allie Jones, the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show. Check her and her Lexi Jones collection out on Instagram, IGLX.NCL_. LX.NCL_. Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show. Check him out on Instagram, everybody. Kel be cutting up. KELBECUTTINUP. He's the CEO of Designer Cuts. All right. Love, real love is a verb. Like Mary J. Blige said, real love, it is a verb. It is an action word. Show somebody you love them, and I love you. Monday, me and you, 7:30 Eastern Time. Yes, 7:30 Eastern Time. 6:30 Central Time. 4:30 p.m. on the West Coast. All right, Mountain Time, I didn't forget you. 5:30 p.m. I'll holler!
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of The Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.